What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of a short one because I'm gonna follow up my previous video when I pulled the doubles. I wanted to show you guys how to build a set of doubles, and I did not get to just because of I was learning how to do it my very first time, all that good stuff. So yeah, I've got another chance tonight. What I've got with me is I've got a 28-foot trailer and I've got a dolly, and I'm going to drop off this loaded 28-foot trailer down here in Jonesboro, Arkansas, and pick up a set of 2 empty 28-foot trailers to take back. So that's why I brought that dolly with me, and I figured, you know, it'd be a good time to go through how to build a set of doubles and you know, put that in a video. My trailer, if you remember my other video, I waited 3 hours for my trailer to be loaded. Now somehow this trailer was loaded like 3 hours earlier than when I was supposed to leave. So I was supposed to leave at 10 o'clock. It's 11:48. I left at like 8:15, a little bit after 8. So yeah, it was like a complete 180-degree difference from the other day. So it's pretty nice that you get some of the good to mix along with some of the bad. And yeah, so speaking of that video, I appreciate the support on that video. I thought it was a nice change of pace compared to what I have been doing. So it was really nice to be able to edit a different video and to put that out there. So yeah, I appreciate all of you guys that have watched that, all the comments on it. All right, guys, we made it over here, and I've already started kind of getting stuff shuffled around. I've got to pick up 2 pup trailers, so we've got tractors hooked up to everything here. So I use this tractor, pulled out 1 pup. So I'm going to unhook my dolly over here and park my loaded pup right there, and then unhook that tractor, move it out of the way, take my dolly, put it up underneath that trailer, then back this trailer up to my dolly, get that hooked up. So a little bit of a process considering we've got all these tractors here, but that's what we got to do to get it done, especially trying to get this done before it starts raining. But yeah, gotta go ahead and unhook this dolly here. I don't know how much you guys can see. I should have brought a headlamp, but I completely didn't even think about it. But I've got a flashlight, so I'll try to use here. So we've got that connected. So we're going to go ahead and unhook. We're going to close this valve first off. Close our valves to go into our glad hands. Unhook our pigtail for electrical. Of course, there's going to be a little bit of air in there. Hook that. Unhook our chains. Place everything nicely up here on top of the dolly, and then now we're going to release our brake, which will allow us to pick up the dolly and move it. I figure out this pintle hook here. It's quite a strange little job. Okay, got that. I'm going to pick up on the dolly and move it back. Set that on the ground, and that's how you take your dolly, converter gear. Everybody calls it something different. I call it a dolly. That's how you take the dolly off of the trailer. So that's step number 1. And now we're going to go ahead and park this trailer. Into that empty hole where we just pulled that pup out of. Get this parked up right here. Didn't leave ourselves a whole lot of room to work with, but we'll figure it out, right? We're professionals. Scoot this a little bit more to the left. while I've got the room, might as well use it. It's kind of nice having all these tractors here so I can just use them to move all my other equipment. Obviously, you know, it's not going to be the situation for everybody. You typically will have to do this with just your one tractor. Get this lined up right there. Go unhook this trailer. This gear, landing gear, is really nice. This must be a newer trailer. And this is a full load. Whew. I do not envy that driver. Not one bit. Alright, so we're gonna drop this trailer. Make sure we're all good there, which we are. And now we're gonna go back up to our dolly. Put that dolly on the back of this tractor. All these single axle tractors have pintle hook connections, so that way we can use them to pull the dollies around versus trying to drag them around by hand, which is definitely not exactly the safest thing in the world. Like that. And we've got our pintle hook connection right here, as you guys may or may not be able to see. So we're just gonna pick our dolly up. Like I said in my last video, always grab them from the sides. You never want to grab them from that little eyelet, because the last thing you want to do is smash your fingers between this and the pintle hook. So that's connected to the tractor, and we're able to move it around. We don't have to connect any of the air lines because we release the brakes. So now we can just take the whole dolly and pull it freely. And I'm going to back it up to the empty trailer that I just disconnected the other little tractor from. We want to be sure we try to get it as straight as possible. We're going to pull up a ways here, get ourselves straightened out. These little guys are tricky to back up because, you know, they're small, so they move real fast. We've got to use the tractor. Now once you do this for a long time, you can probably leave it connected and leave your dolly connected to your front trailer and then use the trailer and back up. But I'm not to that level yet. So like I said, I've got to use the tractor to do it. So bring the dolly up here. I'm gonna open up this, pick the dolly back up off of it. We've got it. I might have to move this tractor forward. So now we've got the fifth wheel plate under the trailer. Had to lift the trailer up a little bit, so that way when we hook it to the front pup, the dolly will be able to slide up underneath one and pick this one up just like the tractor would. So now we need to back this pup up underneath that trailer, or sorry, back this pup to that dolly, and get that all hooked up. You know, it's all a learning experience, so you guys are learning with me. But it makes some good content, right? Now we're gonna see where our dolly is. So you want to get it as close as you can to that pintle hook. If you guys could see, I'm sure you probably can't see, but Let me get a flashlight out real quick. So you want to get it as close as you can to this pintle hook connector. That way we could just slide it up on there and then back the dolly up underneath, and it should connect to our rear trailer. A lot easier on the pavement versus on the gravel. All right, now that those trailers are connected, what I want to do is put some air through, make sure we don't have any leaks, check the tires and everything. Sounds like we're good over here. You always want to check and make sure your air is not leaking from your connections right here. And like, as you can see, I put this one on at a little bit of an angle, but it moved the trailer over, so we were able to get it all hooked up and connected in. Got lights. Yeah, the other driver pulled up, so I had to cut my recording for a second. So once we get to the very back trailer, one easy way to check is if your airflow is going through everything is go ahead and open a valve to your service line there, and when air comes out, that means we're good. We got lights, tires, mud flaps. Looks like we're all good to roll. Yeah, so basically you put your dolly up underneath the rear trailer, back your front trailer up to it, hook the dolly up, then back it all the way in, and usually it's going to go in because it's going to move that trailer over and make it easier. Like I said, it's at an angle, but with the gravel it's a little bit harder to work with. All right, so I had an air leak coming from somewhere when I hit the brakes, so I went and checked all my service glad hands, all the red ones, and everything was tight. I don't know, I guess I must have wiggled something the right way, and it tightened up that way I could not have a leak, but we should be all good now. I think didn't hear any more leaks, so we should be okay. So yeah, getting these doubles through Jonesboro is going to be fun. It's basically all I've got for this video, guys. I wanted to do a little bit of a segment on how to do that and how I've learned how to do that. And of course, you know, the process isn't exactly smooth, but it'll get smoother the more I do it. But yeah, so the other driver back there, he'll be behind me a little ways, which is good because if we get the storms that we're supposed to get, then we've got two of us that are heading back at the same time. But should be back around 5:13 in the morning, a little bit later than I expected. But it's a process having to move all that equipment around, especially the way they've got to set up out here in Jonesboro. But anyway, guys, I'm going to let you off with that. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to smack that subscribe button for me. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. It would be awesome if we hit that here soon. And yeah, look out for future videos coming up. We'll see y'all later.